Hey, I wasn't sure if I was going to post again. It's me, Claire, your intuitive reader, and I'm happy you could join me. So I was just doing a reading. I was just like, oh, I came up into my space that I do the readings, and I wasn't going to do one. And then I was just like, oh, let's do it. And I got a really cool spread. I mean, I think it's really cool. It started off with the Hanged Man, and I use this really cool mermaid tarot. So all the people in this are mermaids or people associated with the mermaids. Um, and if you know anything about the Hanged Man, this is self-imposed. If you notice at the very bottom here, there's actually a hole. He could easily get out of this, but kind of like in this card with birth, it's going to be painful. You're going to have to take the initiative, and you might be keeping yourself in a self-imposed net. Your thoughts and feelings and excuses are probably getting in the way of you finding your way out of the situation you're in. That's not to say it's easy. Just like with birth, it's painful. Um, so then I got to cross the Hanged Man. I got the 10 of Wands. And I always kind of see this card versus the other wands as, see here the fire is off to the side, and this is just carrying the wands. There's no fire attached to them. It's not lighting the way. It's kind of more of a burden. So this self-imposed situation may be because you're not letting go of burdens. You're choosing to carry them. And this kind of goes along with the same energy as in the reading earlier, which I kind of find interesting. The foundation is strength, needing the strength to get free. See, this ties directly in with this card. Like here you are in a net, but you can get out. It might be hard. Who knows what's going to happen when you get out of this net, but you're going to have to find the strength to move past the burdens you're carrying, to get out, to let yourself free, to ask for help. Because in this situation, even though you can get out of this net, it doesn't feel like it. So you might need some help. And a lot of the times we expect people to just know we need help, when in fact we have to really ask for it. We have to know within ourselves that we need help. And that goes to the past, which is the Queen of Swords. And she's a queen. Yes, she can have the mastery, the diplomacy, but swords cut. And so sometimes we impose things on ourselves because we feel like we have to do everything on our own. We have to grieve all by ourselves. We have to go within and cry alone and mourn alone, when in fact, if we were to just reach out to other people and say, I need humans, I need animals, I need touch, I need friendship and community, that can be very scary. And sometimes it feels safer to be by ourselves and keep everybody at a distance. The Ice Queen, the Ice King, just someone who's cool and collected and always has clear thoughts and actions, but that can come off as a little standoffish. So, and in the crown is judgment. So a lot of this self-imposed stuckness seems to be about judgment, unconscious judgment, judgment from outside of oneself, but judgment, a lot of self-imposed restrictions on your life, thoughts, even feelings and small actions, based on things that you're holding on to. That's not easy, even though it really truly is as easy as popping a bubble. The pain can be a lot, just as in coming into this world. It's a joyous experience, it's natural, but it requires a lot of work, a lot of pain, blood, sweat, and tears, and it requires a lot of strength and determination. This could be an idea, this could be feelings. I'm getting a lot of in the future, it's the end. This is the end. This is a death. This is, you can't have any more swords in your back. You may have gotten very harsh treatment from other people, and it caused the end of something within yourself. And you now have to have the strength, the drive to basically be reborn into this world. Once you die, you are then just spirit, and you can come back and have a different life. So this might be an opportunity. I mean, that's what I'm kind of seeing, is to lay down these burdens that you've been carrying. Free yourself of all the trappings and the web, the net, and realize that judgment has been called. It always is. It's not our place to say who should be punished or what karma is or if this is right or fair, because we don't understand. We sit in our own self-imposed jails and then look at the world from a perspective that we don't really understand, that isn't high up here. In order to give judgment, you have to look and see the entire picture. You can't just focus on the immediate of slogging these trappings of life and pain and anger. You know, this could be a lot of, you know, anger and sadness. I get more the feeling of just depression, cold pain, like but you know, this is about changing your perspective. And it's really hard to change your perspective if you're just holding on to baggage and things that aren't your own. Just because someone placed them on you doesn't mean that you have to pick them up and carry them. Put them down. Yes, somebody might get mad at you. Kind of probably feels like they already are. So what are you losing? And, you know, death is painful. But after it happens, there's nowhere else to go but up. You know, in some of my decks, this card is everything is fine. So the future foretells that everything is fine. It's going to hurt. It's going to be a lot of work. But after it's over, the world is your oyster. And that is funny. I'll get to that, why I was impressed by this spread. So the energies around the situation are the star. The star is the sign of Aquarius, which is about new life, that we are going into the age of Aquarius. It's going to be here for a very long time. And, you know, there's a reason they sing about that, because it's supposed to foretell the beginning of existence. The star, it is the beginning. Not the beginning of a journey, but the beginning of something, a creation. So after this death comes this star. That's incredible. Like, the soul leaves and the star is born. And without this death, without changing the perspective that death, not literally always, but sometimes, can be the beginning of a new star, the new way of seeing the world. When people are on this earth and they've hurt us, sometimes their passing is such a gift, because it gives you an opportunity to have a new beginning. And we can thank our ancestors and our parents and our grandparents and friends for giving us that blessing that we can now just release these painful swords and, you know, go into the world as something new. I mean, after judgment, there's a star. See, it's going up here into the sky, which I think's really cool. The other, so the energy around this is fire, is movement, is life. So although there's been a death, there's the spark of new life, and there's the fire behind it, the movement. And to me, I like this one because I know he's probably eating fire, but to me, it kind of looks like he's singing. And singing, it can be such a passionate thing, dancing, singing, celebrating. That's a great way to welcome in something new. Whether that's a new idea, which from this card, I do get that, you know, again, they look like they're both singing. So maybe try singing. I got the weirdest song stuck in my head today. It's the Final Countdown, and it just won't stop, you know. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. It just won't stop. And I have no idea why. Maybe that means something to someone. But I tried playing it when I woke up my child this morning and was not too pleased about that. But it just has not left my head. And it's making me excited. Not like, but you know, it's like kind of a battle song to me. So like, this is the final battle. This is the final battle, and it might be to the death. It might be to the death just of the ego, or a relationship, or relationships outside of oneself, romantic. But when it comes, it's gonna be intense and exciting. Just like, you know, these kind of look like they're being born. You know, fish go in this circle, and I'm getting a lot of that. Like, with this death comes the birth of something, whether it's a person or an idea or a way of seeing the world. I mean, a change in perspective is like being reborn, because you don't see anything the same way. Which is an amazing way to see the world, and that's why children are so incredible. The desires and hopes and everything is in this energy is the Eight of Wands. Just more fire. It's just erupting. It's, you know, if we think about a star, it's heat. And she is like going for these wands, for these fire sticks, for the fire. She is chasing it. And that can be a man or a woman, doesn't really matter, or he, she, they, them. It's more of the energy, because we all hold those energies within ourselves. Each one of us is, whether we identify as male, female, or non-binary or trans, we hold feminine and masculine energies. And with that, you know, we create within ourselves. We have those matching energies, which can then create. It's just like with anything. You need two forces coming together that are different, so they can combine together like yin and yang and create a whole, which is a beautiful cycle. So this is a really cool card, because it's just like, wow, these desires and stuff are to chase that. So like, yeah, this is probably going to be like a birthing experience, a death and a birth experience within yourself, within your relationships, within your life. Because when you change, you don't just change like, oh, I'm going to change what I eat. Oh, okay, that means that everybody I hang out with, they want to go to this restaurant. There's nothing I can eat there. That's going to make things difficult. Oh, no, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Every time you go out, it changes, it strains the dynamic of the people that you're around. If you don't gossip, or if you don't allow certain kind of behavior or words in your environment and other people do, and you have to assert, oh, I'm sorry, I don't take part in gossip or this or that, people get their back up about that because they feel like you are saying that there's something wrong with them. So as you change, your frequency changes. Everything about you changes. Your likes, desires, what you're drawn to, what you're repelled by, what is repelled by you. Because people don't understand that by getting spiritually healthy or more in touch with ourselves, that it shines a light on those. We become the light. And then it shines a light on those outside of us, which makes people uncomfortable. They don't want you to shine a light on them. It's one thing if they come to you and they go, hey, I'm having this issue. And even then they're like, oh, can I just, be the same? Tell me I'm okay. And a lot of the time we aren't. We have to go through pains to move to the next step. We have to let things die in order to move to the next step. Crops are like that, you harvest and then you let it go to seed. And in order to have a new crop, you have to let it die. And if we went and got attached to seeds, we'd have a real big problem. We'd be like, oh no, my crops are dead after I, pick them and stuff like that. What am I going to do? That would be a very short cycle. You would have no food the next season. So let go of trying to control that. Things die, things pass away, things move on, and you don't have to be cold about it. You can grieve, go through all the process, because in the end, the outcome of this is great. It's the world. After death, after judgment and then death, it's like, oh, there is that's why I thought this was amazing that this came out. The world, birth, it's incredible. You've got the star, birth. It's really clear to me that, this can also be seen as just, this could literally be, pregnancy or a baby, or because wands can, you have a lot of fiery energy. Let's just say, like, these literally could be, eggs and, some little guys. I mean, they are literally swimming in here. So I do find that interesting when it ends with the world, which is, it's right over her stomach. She's holding it like it's, it's the new possibility. But like I said, this can literally be a self-exploration. This could literally be just an internal analysis of life and going through the different processes and really deciding what we want to hold on to and what self-imposed restrictions we are willing to live with. Do you want to grow? Do you want to move forward? It's really up to you. Thanks for joining me. I really hope that you join me again and you liked this. And if you did, please like it and subscribe. That would be awesome. I would love some subscribers. This is really fun, and I would love more people's energy to share it with. Thank you.